Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Oh man, you gotta get a connect. You gotta do this. You gotta get them to front you something. You gotta do this, da da da. And so then, when it comes to they sold the dope and they made the money, he's like, so I can go get some Jordans now, right? And they're like, no, you gotta re-up.
Yep.
And so he writes down all the words, and in the next column, he writes down what that means in business. Well, here you are. This is an investor. This is a loan. This is marketing. This is a location. This is reinvestment. And then they realize I can apply this knowledge to anything. It doesn't have to be dope. You know what I mean? It can be that I like personalizing cell phone cases or whatever. I can draw really well, and I have a bunch of Sharpies, and I do it for my friends. So I can start selling these. I can get on Instagram, sell them on Instagram for $5 a piece, get them off Amazon for $2 a piece. I make $3 a pop. And it's just making those connections and letting them know you already have what it takes. You just have to apply it differently.
The funny thing is the word hustle is like the word in Silicon Valley, and it's the word in the street. When I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like doing something. What I'll pop on every day I'm hustling. I know we're talking about a different kind of hustle, but I know it's the same hustle. So that's exactly what it is. The hustle is the same. It's just understanding what's the products you're going to hustle, what's the future of the hustle.
Exactly.
Well, see, I think you know what I'm saying, we're reversing the whole psychology of what is cool, not what is successful, what is gangster. You know what I mean?
Right. You mean I don't have to be Bird, the black nerd?
Here's what's great. Those we don't have to necessarily discard those lessons. Right. You just have to
retool
them. Right. You say, all right, let's pretend Big Meech let's pretend like he was really successful. He was, but let's pretend like what he was doing wasn't illegal. Let's break it down. He had a crew, staff. He had that. First of all, culturally, he was a great visionary. He found a way to keep everybody in his crew, for the most part, happy. So he created a culture, common goal, right? So he was a visionary. He was able to say, look, we gonna get here. The problem was, it was all illegal. Strip away all the illegal parts, you have a business.
Exactly.
Right. This dude had logistics,
Distribution.
product, he had it all. So you just gotta retool it. Just like you said, you retool it, you reshape it, and now you say, oh, and by the way, it may be a little bit harder on the front end of business. Like starting is really, really hard.
It's not. I don't think it's any harder.
It's not really.
That's the thing.
I don't want to get deep into it. The market base that we're competing for.
Right.
And it's not like it's growing 10% every quarter, right? Like, Netflix or something like that. Right? And so to me, that's an extremely difficult market. The only reason why they're in that market is because they don't have nothing else.
I think what I'm saying is, I agree with you. I think it's they don't have the contracts, right? Is what I'm saying. You're right. I think that lesson they know. They don't have the reason I say it's perceivably harder because they only know one path.
They only know one thing.
Right. If they knew that you working just as hard to start your iPhone cover thing, but it's legit, you don't have the emotional pressure,
right?
Or it comes internally. It's just your desire to succeed and win.
Ain't nobody gonna kill you.
Ain't nobody gonna kill you.
Bad cover.
Like if worst come to worst, you just give them your money back and it's cool. You're not gonna lose those.
Lost a couple dollars.
Right? And still got to get the money back in the other way. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're missing the light from the dark. They don't have all right, Justin. I should write kind of what you do on the board. All right, this is what Big Meech did. This is the founder of UPS did.
Let me put it to you like
it's the same thing.
Yeah, they actually had the capitals in the same cities. Like Big Meech's capital was in Atlanta. For the same reason UPS's capital was in Atlanta.
Boom. It's straight up.
North and south highways, east and west highways, ability to the perimeter, etc. They thought about all that when they said we're going to move to Atlanta.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's the impact and what that means to. If you really think about it culturally, and he'll probably, right, he'll wherever I'm wrong, he'll make sure that I get it right. But culturally, if you think about hip hop, right, just think about hip hop and you think about the different layers, right? Going through the different eras of it, particularly around the music part in the 80s, it was about self-expression. It was about here's my struggle, here's my reality, da 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 da. And but the education came from the streets,
Street.
right? It was street education. So as hip hop matures, shouldn't the education, shouldn't some of the attributes that come from the street be brought into the classroom, and some of the things you bring in the classroom go back into the street? So